You are welcome to my channel. I have put together 5 key points in understanding or learning mathematics. 5 key points in learning mathematics. These 5 key points will help you as students to have understanding on other maths topics. They are not particularly topics, but they are the most important key points as drafted by me that will help you to understand mathematics. Let's go. The first one is multiplication table. As a student, I will recommend that you try as much as possible to learn multiplication table from 1 to 15 by heart. It will help you to be very fast in your calculation. It's not every time you have to be punching calculator. The time you spend punching calculator, you could as well grab it in your head and quickly solve. You move on to the next step. It will help you as student to be able to finish on time and at the same time meet up to the required time given to you. So number 2, we have signs. What do we mean by signs? The plus, minus, times, and division. Talk about the plus, minus, multiplication, and division. This is very important. Understanding signs. What do I mean? Learn the rules. Minus times minus will give you plus. Plus times minus will give you minus times minus will give you plus. Plus times minus will give you minus. Minus times plus will also give you minus. Plus times plus will give you plus. This rule is very important. This rule is very important. And then understand the differences. Example, when you have minus 3 times minus 4, what do? Minus times minus, you have plus. Minus times minus is plus. 3 times 4, you have 12. They are not, it's not the same as minus 3 minus 4. Minus 3 minus 4, you have it as minus 7. So there's a difference there. Multiplication sign is not here, but multiplication sign is here. So try as much as possible to know how to solve questions regarding this signs very well. For another example, we have minus 2 divided by minus 2. Minus divided by minus will give you plus. So 2 divided by 2 will give you 1. What you have here is will be positive 1. Minus divided by minus is plus. So this rule is very important. The same thing as you have multiplication here. When you change it to division, they remain the same. They remain the same when you are also dividing. So multiplication and division for these set rules, they are the same. And so try as much as possible to understand. Under these signs, again, we have equality sign. When any sign, positive or minus, positive or negative, when they are crossing equality sign, their signs will change. When you have plus 2 crossing to plus 2 plus s is equal to 9. When plus 2 needs to cross, you have x is equal to 9 minus 1, it will give you 7. Also, if you also have minus here, crossing equality sign, it will change to plus. Please, under signs, try as much as possible to learn, solve many questions, and understand signs itself. Now, BODMAS. What do we mean by BODMAS? B is bracket, order, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. When you have sets of questions and you have all mixed, in the same question you have addition, the same question you have multiplication, same question you have bracket. This order will help you to be able to solve systematically, to tell you what to solve per time. The first thing you need to look out for in that question, do you have bracket? If you have bracket, then you solve everything in the bracket first. Now, what do they mean by order? Order can also be replaced with indices. It's talking about square or square root. If you have square, you have square root there. That will be the next thing for you to solve. Then when you are done solving those two, you check, do you have division? Yes, I have division. The next will be for you to solve division. Then you go to multiplication, addition, and subtraction. Some students, when solving question and they get to the stage where they're supposed to use BODMAS, that is where they get it wrong. They just begin to solve scatteredly, and at the end of the day, from that point downward, their answers will be wrong. So it's very important to understand BODMAS when you're solving other topics in mathematics. Most stages, you get to the stage where you have to sort them out. And how do you sort them out? You use the BODMAS. So now, number 4, fraction. Fraction is important. I have treated it in my previous video. If you want to understand it in there, please refer to my previous video. Rules of fraction is very important. There are some questions you keep solving, and at the end of the day, you arrive at fraction. When you have two fractions separated at plus or minus, what you need to do is to find their LCM. And you can do this LCM in using 3 different methods. The first method, check this LCM before you choose an LCM. Do they have the same denominator? When the two fractions have the same denominator, just pick one as this LCM and continue. But when they have different denominators, now check if the bigger one is the multiple of the smaller one. If the bigger one is the multiple of the smaller one, then the bigger one will become your LCM. And if the first and the second rule does not work, what you need to do now, spell out the multiple of the two of them, the two denominators. You will definitely have a common one, then you pick as your LCM. Now, when you have two fractions separated by plus or minus, for example, 1/2 minus 1/4, whenever you have a question like this, what you need to do is to find its LCM. It's completely different from when you have these two fractions separated by equal to. When you have equal to separating two fractions, there must be a variable you are looking for. What you need to do here is to cross multiply. And it's also different from when you have division or when you have division. When you have division separating them, you will need to change this division to multiplication and then find the inverse of this other side. Then you have 1/2 multiplied by 4/x. This is very important. And when you have multiplication as it is, you can reduce to lowest term. So how many 2 can you find in 4? You reduce, then you multiply numerator, denominator, and denominator. Please, I have more examples in my video, in my previous video. So under fractions, we also have decimals, decimal fraction, and under decimal, we have place value, which is very important. Place value, standard form. So all those ones are all in fraction. The knowledge of fraction will help you to be able to answer and will help you to be able to understand and answer questions regarding those topics. So fraction is a very, very important topic. Key points to note. The last one is conversion. Conversion. This conversion, I'm talking about changing from gram to kilogram, kilometer to meter, meter to kilometer. There are rules. Now, apart from changing in that aspect, you can also change in time. Seconds to minutes, minutes to seconds, hours to minutes, hours to days. Conversion is very important. They can also ask you to convert a particular, give you a question and say convert to percentage. When you are converting to percentage, you know that you are multiplying whatever is given to you by 100. They are changing to percentage. You can also be given that you should, maybe in a pie chart, for example, you can also want to convert whatever you have to degrees so that you can plot it in a pie chart. Then you have to multiply by 360. So conversion is very, very important. You need to understand the rules of conversion. These 5 key points will help you to be able to understand all other topics in mathematics, and then they will form the basis for you. Thank you very much for watching, and have a nice day.